Hi everybody, welcome down to the channel. Andy Carter here. Thank you very much for checking out today's video. Thank you for clicking on this video. I hope you're going to enjoy what you're about to see, because I'm very sure, I am certain that you're going to really get a lot out of this video, because I'm going to be playing 3 holes here at the fabulous Arabian Ranches Golf Club in Dubai. And the premise of the video is to talk through irons. I'm going to be using irons only. I've got par 3, par 5 and a par 4 to finish this front 9, and I'm going to be talking you through every shot. Now, when we're using irons, I'm going to be using 3 very different scenarios. I'm going to be hitting tee shots like this one here as hard as I possibly can from 225 yards with a 4 iron, and then I'm going to be trying to hit obviously a hard tee shot down the par 5, but I'm also going to be coming up against shots where maybe the ball's above my feet, ball's below my feet, ball's in the rough, shots like this and the next where I've got to probably hit it quite as hard as I can to get the maximum distance. Also shots where I maybe need to take some off and what I do. So I'm going to be talking you through my processes, because there's not just one way to hit an iron. We generally have to manufacture different types of shots, or in different circumstances, maybe change the ball position, change the swing speed, change the swing length, kind of go up a club, down a club. So I'm going to be talking you through all the different scenarios that I'm going to be faced with over these next 3 holes. And as I've already said, my first one is a 220 yard par 4, which basically means I really need to whack a 4 iron as hard as I can. It's a very difficult green, really narrow green from left to right. Now, in terms of a course management perspective, this is a very difficult hole, par 3. So I'm going to be aiming for the fat part of the green down the left side. Wind's going to be pushing me, it's off my back, so it's going to be pushing me towards the bunker and the danger, but I've just got to aim plenty left. I'm generally a drawer of the ball, so even if it draws a little bit, there's still plenty of room out towards that left side. All right, so in terms of routine, I'm going to try and hit this as normal as possible. In terms of my ball position is not going to change too much. I'm going to have it just on the inside of my left heel, or just further back than where I hit my driver. Slightly wider stance than what I would do with a normal mid iron. And like I said before, I need all this distance, so I'm going to whack it. Okay, not a great opening strike. Found the bunker, so trying to hit it harder, as you probably all know, you sometimes jump out of the shot a little bit. I caught that a little bit lower on the face than I would have liked, so I've not got the distance I wanted to get from it. As a result, I'm in the green side bunker. Let's see if we can get up and down. This is not going to be an easy bunker shot, let me tell you. Huge lip to go up here, probably about 6 foot or so, and then I've short-sided myself to the flag. Course manager wise, I did obviously aim to hit it out to the left. Doesn't mean it's going to go there. It was a poorly executed shot, to be honest. This is one of those ones now where, I suppose worst case, you want to make sure you just make your bogey, par 5 to come, try and get it back. I want to make sure I get it maybe just past the flag as well, because I don't want to end up back on this and rolling all the way back down. But at the same time, I want to get up and down and be so defeatist. So I'm going to really open the blade up. I'm going to go for a butterfly grip where I put my left hand further over and my right hand further over. What it's going to help me do, it's going to really help me stabilize the open face and not close it on the way through. Or at least that's the plan, okay? So I've got the open blade. Not much sand here, so I don't want to open it too much. I don't want the club to bounce off the sand. Ball position as if I've got a driver, left foot flared open. Just let the hands just work left. Just caught it a bit nippy. Loads of backspin. Come back down that slope. Come on, come on. Yeah, as I said, not much sand in there, so I knew that, so that's why I didn't hit it too hard. It's made its way back down the slope. It's moving away from the flag as well. Got about 15 foot. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Right, as we know with golf, you hit some bad shots and you do get punished, and that's exactly what's happening to me on hole number 1. Nobody wants that to happen on the first hole. It sets up a difficult precedent for the rest of the round. Oh, got a lovely looking putter. So I left my putter in the UK, so I'm everywhere I go, I'm asking for a rental putter, which in this case, I do like the look of these. I used to always want one of these as a junior. Yes, it's that old. Hold up, hold up. Probably best putt I've hit in 4 years. The 8th hole here at Arabian Ranch is a long par 5. It's over 520 yards. My longest club in the bag is a 4-iron. Okay, so I can get very close in 2, and that's all I'm going to be trying to do. Even if I smashed it as hard as I possibly could, I wouldn't reach into. So actually, after talking about all the whacking, I'm going to try and hit a nice one. For me, I'm going to try and hit a little bit of a shape of a draw. So I do aim down the right side of the fairway to like just turn the ball over into a little draw shape. Wind again is off my back, which means it's going to be left to right. So it should just hold it. Maybe my draw will slightly overpower it. But ball position with the long iron, I get just kind of a good kind of club head width back from the inside of my heel. And one of the key things with striking with the irons is just kind of making sure that this lead hip clears as much as can. I never want to see the right foot up in that direction. It's always got to be working in towards the lead foot there. So then that's allowing this left hip then to work round and up as you hit the shot. You want to create space. So your body's going to work upwards through the ball. Please, please, please never try and keep your head down. That is the world's worst golf advice ever on the planet. No golfer's ever lifted the head as they hit a shot. Promise you, it's impossible. You break your neck. Right, so ball position just forward. Wait, I get it just slightly with my hips over my lead foot. I don't get my shoulders there, just slightly with my hips. So then I keep my stability in the backswing, and then I can drive into the downswing. Oh, absolute bullet. Okay, this is how I know this is a great video for you. So now uphill lie, we're going to be talking about how to play an iron off an uphill lie. It's basically a launch pad. The ball is going to go higher than normal, therefore it's going to go shorter than normal. There's not much roll out here in Dubai. Even though it's beautiful weather, it's warm, fairways are generally firm, but the grass is very grabby. Okay, so I can see my pitch marks. I've literally gone 3, I've literally gone 2 yards, 6 feet in roll off a 4-iron. So there's not much roll up there. For me, there's like a palm tree and an apartment block in the distance, and that is my line. So I've got my line. Ball position now, what I'm going to do on this type of shot is I push it slightly further back. So where I would normally set for what I'd say is a standard shot would be here. I'm actually just going to push it a little bit more in the center. Now the worry for me is as a golfer that swings it from the inside, I've got a very easy chance of blocking it to the right. However, if I square everything up and get it correct, I'm able to slightly de-loft my 4-iron, which is going to counteract the launch pad that I'm on. So I've got to be wary that on the way down, I really get my rotation towards the target. I really get my left hip and my chest clearing better as well as possible towards the target to then give me the best trajectory to counteract this upslope. If you swing it from out to in, it's going to be tricky for you because this is the worst slope for you, because the ball position being further back means you'll probably top it or shank it. When your ball is below your feet, this is a good place for an out to in swinger and a bad place for me. So it does swing in roundabouts depending on what your swing path is. So I'm going to go with that scenario, with that situation. Ball position is a bit more central in my feet. Again, I'm going to put that left hip over my left foot to get my weight more forwards. And I've just got to make sure I commit to that rotation through the shot. So I've got my line forward, ball position slightly further back, same club. Much lower ball flight. Hopefully you could tell that on camera as well, because it's such a clear day and we are nicely down the fairway. So I managed to get my body ahead of the ball, my hands ahead of the ball, de-loft it a little bit more into this launch pad, and it just took off like a bullet. Okay, so I've got to be honest, 2 wonderful 4-irons hit very differently with different techniques. One was just basically your standard kind of setup. I just hit it so smooth, hit it so well, beautiful height, trajectory, everything I wanted from it. Next one gave me a slightly more different scenario where the the lie of the land would have created a really high shot, so I adjusted my setup to kind of counteract that so I didn't lose too much distance. And here we have 90 yards into the flag. I'm going to be using a 54 degree, which at full whack would go about 115 yards, so I need to somehow now take 25 yards off. So I've got to try and find the length of swing that allows that to happen, encourages that to happen. Now, one of the things I don't want to do is just start swinging it with my arm, because I know I'm trying to hit it softer. I don't want to stop my big muscles from moving. So it is key to still really feel that the chest and the hips are dictating where the club goes, and never your arms and the club dictate where your body goes. It's always the body dictating where your arms and your club goes, okay? So I'm just gonna get a feeling here. It's about 3/4 swing, about to there. Then I'm gonna turn, make sure my lower body's now cleared out to the target. So as I'm hitting my shot, I've cleared, and then I'm releasing the club still on the way through, okay? So I've got 90 yards. In terms of where the flag is, it is cut front left. So I can miss this just left if I'm gonna miss it. Hope that sits. Oh, just a little bit too far. But hopefully you could see the way the body moved then. It felt so solid, it just felt so much more controlled. And I got so much distance out of it, I hit it so pure. As I came down, lower body rotated and cleared, and then I was up through impact into a really nice place. Did I swing it too fast? Possibly. Did I swing it too far? Possibly. That's one for the driving range to figure out. But running regulation, birdie putt. Also, for those wondering, in Dubai you don't repair divots, fill it in with sand. Lovely. Get this chaps as well. In hindsight, it's quite a professional miss, if I do say so myself. Had this ball landed probably around about here, it's possibly going back towards where you are there, which is about 6 foot off the green. So although I've got a downhill putt, which is extreme, these greens are brand new. They were, I was about to say fitted. They were redone a couple of years ago and they look phenomenal. At first I didn't think I'd hit that hard enough. Well, obviously I haven't, it's still short, but it's only a couple of feet. Right. Par is in. Decent par, some good shots. Happy with the way that's played out. Guys, I hope you're enjoying this video so far. I hope you're getting lots from it, because I do think even on the next hole now coming up, there's lots of information you can take for this from your irons, because we're just hitting different shots every single time. One thing that does stay consistent though is a good impact position. A general solid movement of the body is the key to all of this. All right, last hole of this video, and it's a 420 yard par 4. It's a long one. If I hit this, the distance I should do is about 215, 220. It should leave me with maybe a 5-iron into the green, or it could be a softer version of this into the green as well. So again, we're going to be expecting two very different shots. This is a tricky scenario though. There's a tree in the middle of the fairway at 220. So strategically, I need to place my ball to the left of it because it's on the right side of the fairway, but I don't want to miss the fairway as well. It's a bit of a tighter one. So I'm going to go back to my, what I would say, traditional setup with the 4-iron. So I've got this on a nice T-peg. I have it just literally with the ball on top of the blades of grass would be my general idea for teeing this ball up. Don't want to go too high, don't want to get underneath it. So ball position, club head inside of my left side, left hip sits over my left foot. Stability, control, rotation. I've hit it straight at the tree. This next shot is going to be fun. Get past it. It's into wind as well. Oh, it's short of it. Might have to go around it. Stay tuned for a little hooky one around the trees. But as you can see, the tree is right here, but the flag is actually a little bit more to the right hand side, so it's not really in my way. These overhanging branches with a 4-iron shouldn't really come into effect too much, but I am going to make sure that they definitely don't come into effect. I need to make sure I don't pull the ball for a start, and I don't want the ball to flip up into the air at the moment of impact. So my impact position on this shot is vital. Club face needs to be square to target, as it always should be trying to do anyway, but also my impact position needs to be making sure this launch angle of the shot isn't too high. 230 to the flag, sorry, 220 to the flag. If it was 230, we'd have no chance. So really, I've only hit this just over 200 yards, slightly into wind. Right, I'm going to approach this the same way as I approached the second shot on the last. I'm going to pull the ball position just slightly further back than what I would normally do. And then it gives me an opportunity to really get my body rotating through the shot to clear through impact. Oh, I've hit that so pure. Just push the touch. I think if it's on the green, I've got about a 400 yard putt. If it's off the green, I've got a nice little chip. Okay, so it looks like my ball did pitch on the green. It's gone up the slope, back down, chipping. So really good chipping technique for this style of shot is just trying to make sure you get the heel out of the ground, okay? So we don't want the heel to dig in. And we're gonna play this almost like a putter, but you can have a little bit of flex in the wrist. Not like a deliberate flex, but more just like the weight of the club just allows the wrist to flex a little bit. You don't want to be too rigid with this shot, but you don't want to create too much wrist angle. So just allow the body to turn, let the hips and the shoulders turn together. And in doing so, the weight of the club will help you just kind of hinge your wrists. And they're only really going to hinge up and down this way as well. They're not going to go inside this way, okay? So this is a tricky one because I've got to get up and over the slope. Once I'm on top of the slope, it's going to go down the hill. So I'm going to try and read the break as well. So it's going to be a little bit left to right on the other side. So I'm going to try and land it on top of the hill. So I get much closer to the golf ball. I get the shaft of the club much more vertical. Ball position's on the inside of my right foot, just to give it that initial, that kind of lower flight off the launch angle. It should have a little check and then it will roll out. Not a great shot. So one of the great things I actually like about this shot, especially in Dubai, the grass is so grainy. So if you got that wherever you're playing, you get it a lot in the States as well. I dug that in quite a lot into impact. Had I set up as normal here, that would have been a lot worse, trust me. The heel would have dug in and the ball wouldn't have made it. Because the heel was up and out of the way, I was able just to get enough through the shot. I've now left myself about a 15-20 footer. It wasn't the plan. But that's why I love that shot, because even when you get it wrong, it's not the end of the world. If I'd have really chunked that, it'd have gone to the top of the hill, come back to my feet, and we're looking at double bogey. So it produces a really good shot, but it also produces a good bad shot. Honestly, guys, go to your local range, go to your local chipping area and try that shot out. Trust me, it's a game changer. Although this vlog has not gone according to plan in terms of score, the idea of it is that you are getting as much information as possible on how to hit your irons, how best to adapt to the scenario that you're in, whether you've got to try and hit it hard or whether you've got a different lie, whether you've got an awkward lie in the rough or something like that. This vlog is designed to help you with that. So we're probably going to shoot 2 over for 3 holes, which is not ideal. I wasn't being negative, that was being negative because I've just made par. So 1 over for 3 holes. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Comment down below if you've enjoyed this video, if you'd like to see more kind of practice on course lessons like this. I'm going to be in Dubai for the next 6 weeks. Thank God, because the UK weather is not the one at the moment. So we're going to be lots of content to come to the channel, but please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again next time.